Hi everybody, welcome back to me here. I hope you're doing well. I'm coming here on because I think we need to talk, as I always do actually. But no, joke aside, I think very serious things are happening in this world today, and I'm not gonna lie, as a white German girl at the moment, does not necessarily feel appropriate to sit down, film a video for you, speaking about my life, speaking about my experiences. But I think it's even more important to speak up and to share my experiences with you, and maybe, open a pathway to your own inspirational, I don't even know, just to open up something, open up the lid of something, so we can move on and that we can change, because this is what we all need. We need change. And the answer to everything is love. Love and compassion. The expression of love and compassion and understanding, respect, and everything in an unconditional manner. That's what we need. So yeah, I want to come on here today, even as worried and as afraid as I am, to actually do this and speak about anything at the moment. Speaking up as a white person right now, opening my mouth as a white person right now, feels damn hard. Because the last thing that I want is being told by other people, oh yeah, but you're just doing this because you're privileged. This privileged, I accept it. I know, I'm aware of it, that I am very, very lucky that I was born into this body. But you know that my soul, my existence, chose this body, happened by destiny. It isn't like, it's just the body that I've been given. It's the face, it's the skin color that I've been given. So the only thing that I can do instead of denying anything is just to accept it and to do and try to make the best out of it, and trying to do the best for humanity with whatever has been given to me. So I also want to just address here that if I offend anybody who's watching this, if there's anything that is attacking you, please reach out to me, contact me, let me know that there's been something that has been triggering you, and I want to be aware of it. I don't want to deny it that it's happening, because I think whatever we say, there's another response. People give you response, people react. Some do it consciously, some do it unconsciously, but I want those people who feel attacked by me to reach out to me, and so that we can find and negotiate and find a compromise. And that you can teach me something, because that's why I'm here. I'm here on one hand to share with you what I went through, and then on the other hand, I want you to also teach me, because I want to learn, I want to grow, I want to develop as a person, as a human being. I think there are a lot of things happening, and it is good that they're happening. I'm glad that they're happening. And the reason why is actually, I don't know if you ever even have seen this. I don't even think that Instagram, like the people who follow me on Instagram even know this, is that tattoo. So it says reHumanity. And how it actually developed, just to give you a quick background, was that in my teenage years, I created a drama play event which runs under the name reHumanity, or which ran under the name Humanity. This in the past. So I designed it. I came up with the idea that what I want to articulate with the whole event is actually that I want to reHumanity. So it stands for re, to get back to, and humanity as humanity. So what I wanted to amplify with this event was actually kind of calling the people for a wake-up call, and hopefully making them aware that certain things have to change in order to bring us all back to humanity, because the world how we are experiencing it right now, and even how we experienced it back, oh my god, that's 6 years ago, for me was very much questioning human beings, questioning the humanity, the sense of humanity, the understanding for humanity as a wider spectrum. So that's actually how this term, reHumanity, was born. And since then, it did not left me. Since then, I decided to make it as my life purpose to encourage people to get back to humanity. That's even why I have it as a tattoo, because it will stay forever. I'm aware of the fact. Don't want to get it like taken off me. No. I wanted, first of all, to have it for myself as a daily reminder, even not daily, because on the back of my arm, I barely see it, only when I look into the mirror or if people make me aware of it, that it's there. But that's also a good thing. I have people being able to see it, to read it, and even if they might not understand it, what it actually means, they have read it. And I think that certain parts of this term resonate with people or not. So the ones who are actually also looking for ways to find back to humanity, they will actually understand it. People who do not understand it right away, I think those are the people who then either just ignore it and forget about it, or the people who then start asking questions. And those are the people that I like the most, out of the fact because I can share them some of my inner wisdom that I call my own life purpose. So yeah, this is how this term actually started to exist, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very glad that back then it came into my life. It came out of a very aligned me with myself. It was coming out of me in a space where I felt very safe and very accepted. So just those things should also, yeah, I liked to remember it, and I also like to remind myself that that's what I'm fighting for in life. And that's even why everything that is happening in this world right now, with all the protests, Black Lives Matters, it means the world to me, because it shows me that whatever I've been already recognizing at a very young age is actually true, and it's actually happening, and things are changing. So I'm so much for it. I'm not going onto the streets, I'm not protesting like that, but I'm protesting more in a sense of sharing with you the experiences that I went through, things that changed me, changed my awareness, maybe in order to give you a little bit of inspiration and open some certain paths that I hope to open for more people, just so that you can resonate with the term reHumanity and might also become one of the people who, set it as their life purpose. You don't need to copy me. That's not what I want to even intend here. I don't want you to be a follower of it. It's just that if it naturally resonates with you, welcome in the club. So yeah, even back then it is very interesting, because I felt always quite alone, and I felt very wrong for fighting for a better humanity. I think it started when I was 5 or 6, and we went on holiday, and I wasn't necessarily always allowed to watch TV in the morning, like especially not at home, but due to the certain occasion of being on holiday and my parents wanted to sleep in, they let me and my brother watch TV. And there was this documentary of Anne Frank, and everybody knows Anne Frank, right? So I got to know her at a very young age, with 5 or 6. It was a documentary, and already back then, I think something that happened first of all was my little Lena heart broke. Because until then, until I saw that documentary, for me, my world seemed very nice, very peaceful, very safe, very certain. And I also back then believed always in the good of people. But that particular event, that particular documentary broke my heart, in the sense that I just couldn't believe that that was true. And I think from that moment on, my whole perspective on humanity, on the human species, on the people who are in power, changed completely. I started to question a lot of actions, a lot of behaviors, regards to politics, and also to regards people who try to have power, have control about certain things and certain people. I always question that, because for me, as a person who is very sensitive, who double checks with her inner alignment if it's okay to do certain actions, I'm very aware of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and I also know my intention behind it. So the last thing that I actually want to do in life is causing pain, suffer, or hurt for other people. And I rather accept hurt and pain for myself than seeing other people experiencing it. This is just the being that I am, and I've always been that way. And I always thought that, not wanting other people to be hurt is a weakness. But believe me, if you are the same, it is not a weakness at all. It's the biggest strength that you could have as a person, not being able to hurt people and to control people and to manipulate people. It's the biggest strength that you can have as a human being. It's the humbleness, it's the way of living out of a kindness, love, and compassion. Yeah, don't deny it if you have it. For me, I'm always like, from that moment on, from that little Lena, I did not understand, or I could not even imagine that there was nobody trying to stop the Second World War from happening. I just can't, even now with every war that is going on, every violence in wherever, I do not understand, and I really would love to more about why people act in aggression, why people behave aggressively, violent, why do they choose violence instead of just stepping back and just observing, because that's what I am doing. If somebody hits me, I would not hit back. And as a young child, I always thought like, oh my God, am I just too weak that I can't actually hit somebody? But it started with my brother, it's something so small. My brother hitting me. As a young, he also he bit me. I don't know if he watches this, thank you very much. You bit me always in my upper leg. Thank you, that was hurt, that was pain. So he bit me. And also, when people hurt me as a young child with words and told me certain things that hurt me, I always swallowed down. I barely, reacted. And there's this one saying in German which says the smarter person lets things happen to them and does not react in the same certain manner. So it's for me very clear that if somebody's attacking me, I know that my ego actually wants to defend me. My ego would hit back. If my ego in that moment has control over me, I think I would even be able to let myself at the same niveau and the same level and hit a person back. What my ego would do and what me as a person, as being aligned with myself, would do, I've been always very aware of it. What I'm trying to say here is just that I'm trying to make sense why people do certain actions and certain behaviors, and more I'm coming to the answer that it's out of ego. Hi everybody, it's the next day and I'm a little bit embarrassed because I just noticed while I was cutting this video that I haven't filmed an outro. So I think I would just want to give you a little bit more background, because even now I had 12 more hours of reflecting and I just saw my own video, and I think it's very interesting to even see, what you're creating, what your mind is actually telling you, and where it all comes from, and sharing it with you. It's such a huge gift that I've been given to even reach out through here and just share it with you. So one thing that I also wanted to pick up before I'm leaving you and letting you go into your weekend is that I'm very interested where this ego, so for me it's sure for now that the ego is the cause that affects us and that affects the world we are living in. It always has. And there are people who have a strong ego, there are people who have a weaker ego, there are people who are very aware of their ego, there are people who don't even know that the ego exists, people who can't even differentiate between an egoistic action and a non-egoistic action. There are people out there who have an alignment with themselves, and the stronger your alignment is with yourself, the weaker your ego is. So if you want to find more alignment with yourself, what you basically have to do is you have to detrain your ego. You may have to make your ego weaker. However, what I'm interested in, and that's even something I hope that if anybody of you knows anything, like books, articles, videos, documentaries, specialists, expertise, anything like a scientific research that proves where the ego actually starts to exist from, what causes the ego, because I'm so intrigued by that. I really want to find out, is it normal that we have the ego within us? Is it human condition? Is it a human mind-made condition? Is it something that we are born with, or is it something that has been created due to the very early stages of our environment that we've been growing up in? Because if it is caused due to external influences, such as culture, parents, education, role models, etc., that means that we can also take it away again, and we can decrease it, and we can do something against it. You know, it's the same with racism. I love this one quote, and that is the one that resonates the most with me at these moments, is that we've been educated to be racist. Culture and the environment that we grew up in made us racists, but due to the fact that we were made racist also means that we can learn and love and be kind and show compassion for each other and thrive for a human way of living. I think that the ego is actually the cause why we are not living the most human possible life, and I think you see over history, like certain actions that people did, ego always existed. Within the Bible, you see that the ego existed. You see even in different religions and in their holy stories that the ego always existed. Then also when it comes to war, aggression, what I picked up earlier on, it all has to do with ego, and ego can explain a lot. So if we know where it actually comes from, you know, what's the source of the ego, we can start working on that and curing whatever is occurring right now by changing those influences which cause the ego to even exist. And I think for the people who are already on this planet, you know, me and you, we are already here. We have the ego within us. We just have to learn to make the ego weaker and become stronger. And one way of doing so is being more aligned with yourself. That's even what I'm practicing. That's what meditation is for. That's what generally spirituality can help you with. It is like a tool that you can make use of in order to find your inner alignment. That's even why I'm talking about it so much, and that's even why I'm such a big supporter when it comes to alignment and meditation, because it is a tool in order to make your ego weaker, and I experienced it myself, and I hope that I can inspire some of you to just, you know, go a similar path at your own pace, at your own individual needs, desires, and favoritism. You know, you choose your way. I'm not want to copy, like I don't want you to copy me. That's like nothing that I want. So you find your own way. But yeah, I just want to be that inspiration that gives you the little hint, you know, that you don't have to live with your ego. You don't have to live in the ego. You don't have to live controlled by your ego. There is a way which costs nothing. That's something as well. It is for free. And the results that you feel, the emotions, the moods, everything, like everything around you in your life will change to the better. That's something I can guarantee you, because you will be more happy, you will be more motivated, you will be more focused, you will be more creative, you will be more in alignment with yourself, something that is deep down within you, and you won't have the need to feel any resistance. You just accept things for what they are. You live in alignment. That means also that you don't have this hole where you feel like you need to feed something into you. You become whole, you become holy. And so if you're interested in that, just, if there's anything you know more about the ego and where it comes from and what you've read and what you think, even like when you have theories, please share them with me. I would love to learn more. As I said in the beginning, I am here to learn and also to share what I've learned so far to make you learn a little bit. But it's like, I'm giving, and I would love to take something and receive something and then just, learn. I'm so into learning, and because that's what my brain, and that's the capability that my brain has been giving me. I can learn, I can make sense of things, I can count 1 and 2 together, I can make a concept out of it. And then, because we are all having different abilities, different experiences, when we then bring all the knowledge that we collect over time and put it jointly, we will have the answers to so many questions, to so many issues, to so many challenges, to so many problems. So it's about the fact that we come jointly together. So if you're interested in that, remember, reHumanity, this is like literally what we have to fight for, and fighting against the ego within all of us is a way of getting back to humanity. So with keeping that in mind, guys, I will check in with you at another time when I have something else to say. Until then, stay safe with your loved ones, and I will see you back here on reHumanity, me, Hiri. All right, speak to you soon. Bye.